So you're a Paladin in Phase 3 trying to get your best weapon, but you don't have 2,000 gold to spend on a flurry axe. So you're going to try and go for the next best option, Inventors Focal Sword. Now there's one little problem with this. It's a boss that no one ever wants to run in Moradin, because they're only running Princess for the offerings, and even if you do, and you do it in a group, chances are you're going to have casters in that group that also want it. So this can make it a weapon that's fairly awkward to get if you don't have people helping you out, but I'm going to show you how to solo farm it as a Paladin very easily and very efficiently. So this is the talent setup we're going to use for the farm. It's the exact same setup as what I used for Princess, so it's going to be deep holy and a little bit of protection in there. I won't go too into detail and specifically why each talent is taken here, as I covered a lot of that in the Princess solo farm, but if you do have any questions, just let us know. And these are the runes that I'm personally running for this farm. Right, now you can run these runes also, but bear in mind, if you're going to run these runes, you need to have fairly decent gear. If your gear is pretty bad, I would definitely recommend running Sacred Shield over Art of War, because you get a lot more durability and your heals mean so much more with Flash of Light. But if your gear is relatively okay, you can go for the same route as I've gone for pure damage. It probably shaves off only about 30 seconds. To be honest with you, the run's done in like 5.5 minutes, if that, so you don't necessarily need to go damage, but it's just the way that I personally like to do it. And just a quick note before we get started with the run, there's one thing that you're going to need for doing this farm, and that is the scepter from the quest chain in Moradin. If you don't know what it is, I'd recommend looking on Google or YouTube on a guide on how to get it, and then come back to this video when you've got it and you're ready to go. Okay, so you have the scepter, you fought off 100 horde to get through the portal to get into Moradin, and you're at the waterfall. You're going to run past the hydras as you see now, and don't worry too much if you do pull a hydra. To be honest with you, sometimes they can help you because they knock you forward. But come behind this tree. Also, don't worry too much if you pull the basilisk on the right, because I'll show you some reset points later. In this run, I'm going to be running all the way through, and I'll show you reset points after. When you do pull mobs, you want to strafe along the wall as much as possible while jumping. It makes the mob's path sort of try and recalculate where you are, and it makes them gain a bit of distance from where you are. So carry on past the rock. Keep on strafing along the wall. Like I said, don't worry too much about pulling the mobs. Just keep on jumping and strafing up along the side and you'll be absolutely fine. If you are running Sacred Shield here, I would recommend always having it up. But because I've got Art of War, I've not got it up. But the shield sometimes can save you. Now these mobs can also daze you as you're running past the worms right there. If you get on the wall, you're typically okay. If they do daze you, there's a reset point right here. I'll show you again later. But you just come past them. Some more snakes on your right. They always pull. I usually stun the one that's close. And then sometimes you can have a patrol that walks up and down here too. And then we are at the final reset point. So you just jump on here. Now this jump, 100%, you will need to do a couple of practice tries on it. Big reasoning for it is it's quite hard to land. You kind of have to get the right angle. But once you're used to it and you can make it, it's pretty comfortably landable every time. It just takes a couple of tries. As you can see, I just marked patrol. That patrol, it's fine to kill the boss with a patrol going past, but just make sure not to pull the boss as the patrol is there. And what you want to do is you want to pull Tinkerer. You want to get right up in the corner, right next to him. This way, it will make sure that the patrol, when it comes past, it will not aggro. Now at this point, you just go about it as normal. If you have Sacred Shield, keep up Sacred Shield. The first time, I like to use Divine Favor to get a big heal. And that way you'll get a big hot from Sheath of Light also. And you can just focus on a bit of damage. If you've gone the build that I've got here, which is Art of War with Exorcism, then you can just keep on pumping damage until you get low enough where you need to heal. If you are inexperienced in doing this, it's your first time or you've had a couple of deaths to it. To be honest with you, it's not that hard. You should be okay. But if you do, I would recommend not letting your health get as low as I do here, just because I've done it so many times now. I actually do it to farm for large brilliant shards. And one other quick note is to keep on fire resistance aura, because the flamethrower that he does actually does a ton of damage. So keep up fire resistance aura, it will help you out a ton. Other than that, he actually dies very fast. You only kill him about 20-30 seconds slower if you have Sacred Shield. Sometimes it's not even that, because you have to spend so much time healing yourself if you don't have it, because you don't get the hot from Flash of Light if you take the build you've got here. But simple as that. You pretty much just carry on, keep yourself topped up, and take him out. Now, he has 3 things he can drop, and they all have equal drop chance. So you have a 1 in 3 chance of getting the sword. He can drop a ranged gun, he can drop a shield, or he can drop your sword. He also has small chances to drop engineering mats, which sometimes can be quite decent. They can sell for a decent amount. So when I'm doing it for, you know, slightly a bit of gold farming while doing some of the offerings solo as well, it's actually not too bad. So I might do another video on how to actually make some gold in Moradin as a Paladin solo. But right now, we're just focusing on killing Tinkerer. So as you can see, Tinkerer's dead. All you want to do is loot the sword, if you're lucky enough to get it, obviously. Heal yourself to full, and I'll show you how to reset. So you just want to come this way out to where the snakes are. Now, at any point, try not to get dazed, but it's honestly not the end of the world if you do get dazed. Just come against the walls, try and bug them out as much as you can. Once you get here, if you bubble around here, you will make it all the way to the water. Don't worry. Come past the giant and just jump into the water. Quick note, before you jump into the water, make sure rock grip isn't right below you. It's okay if you get to about 10 seconds before you're logging out and he aggroes. Chances are he won't kill you at that point, but just make sure he's not on the spot that you're at when you jump in, else he will kill you before your 20 seconds log out is up. And then when your log out is up, just log back in and it will port you to the entrance of the purple side. Now all you need to do from here is run out and reset and go again if you still need the sword. If you got the sword, happy days, there you go. If you still need the sword, you need to go out and reset. Quick little bonus, if you do come in here and you do have herb in, you may have seen some herbs along the way, but if you come into the backside, you can also have a chance of getting a ghost mushroom right there. Now just to show you where all the reset spots are, if you pull any of these basilisks early on, you take a lot of damage or you get dazed. This is reset spot number 1. You can stay on here and they will reset, but I will carry on without resetting them. If you come down here and at any point again you get dazed or you take too much damage or anything happens to you, there's a reset spot just above towards the left. You have to slightly run up the side of the wall and then jump over to the other side of a ledge right here as such. Some of these jumps that you'll see probably require a little bit of practice, but once you get them, they're very easy to carry on with. So once they reset, I will show you another reset spot just before Tinkerer, before the main reset spot at Tinkerer, should I say. So imagine you didn't reset here, you've got them all chasing you still, and you're coming towards the snakes here, the borers, and they decide that they want to daze you right here. They get a hit on you and you're dazed, and you can't recover it because you're getting chain dazed. They attack quite fast. So right here, you could just jump down onto a little ledge, which also acts as a reset spot right here. So there's 3 reset spots en route to the final reset spot if you have any problems getting towards them. Honestly, the farm is so fast that I wouldn't rush anything if you don't need to, because you can easily get a kill in under 12 minutes, and 12 minutes is the golden spot for getting 5 an hour. As far as I know, they have patched it where you can reset your 5 lockout, so you no longer can do more than 5. There was like a bit of an exploit where you could log out and do more than 5. I believe they've fixed that, so you're back now to only being able to do 5. So don't rush it too much, and good luck with your farms. I hope you get your sword, and I hope you're pumping the raids. If you want to see any other solo bosses, let me know what you want to see. If you want to see how to solo get yourself a soul thrays, let me know, and I'll show you how to do it.